Nerd Takes.
Nerd Takes.
I'm Justin. With me, as always, is Mr. John Lambert.
What's up?
And a special guest here, Mr. Kyle McCord.
How we doing?
Thank you for joining us. You get to check out this review we're doing today on the Shenks.
On the Shenks.
So usually Lambert brings all the fancy bottles. He does the research, and he gets to see what we think. I decided to give him
You gave me a break.
a little bit of a break. So I did the research, so you guys can enjoy it and rate it.
Awesome.
Yeah, and you can just drink.
I can just drink.
It's going to be a really tough review for you.
I
Drink and talk. That's good. That's a lot.
That's going to be tough if it's bourbon.
So has anybody ever had this before?
I haven't had a Shenks ever, and I have not had this one.
Okay.
I don't think I've even heard of Shenks.
Cool. Well, let me tell you about it. It's a
Yeah.
perfect segue.
Awesome.
So Shenks Homestead Distillery. This is the Shenks Homestead Distillery Sour Mash Whiskey. It's a lot of words. Honors the legacy of historic American whiskey figure John Shenk, who in 1753 founded a distillery that was to become known as Michter's in the 20th century.
Oh,
so this
okay.
is actually made by...
This is made by Michter's.
Okay.
I knew that
makes
much.
sense.
I didn't know all that other stuff.
I didn't know that until I started doing
Very
research. Yeah, so we've all learned something today. Not you, apparently. It's made in Kentucky according to the traditional sour mash process, whereby a portion of the previously distilled whiskey mash, which is referred to as setback, is added into the next batch. Shenks is a sour mash whiskey made with a substantial amount of rye. All this stuff, by the way, is from the website. That sounds like really official.
Of
These
course
are my
it is.
clever
Yeah.
words.
Yeah.
The unique character of this 2022 offering results from our Michter's aging of the whiskey in special French toasted barrels that were made from 24-month air-dried wood sourced from the Vosges region of France.
I think you said that perfectly.
Thank you.
I think you did too.
I did too. I usually do. I assume that I did.
Your pronunciation is impeccable.
Yes. All the German came. Oh, wait, no, that's French. The exacting toast profile chosen for these French barrels by our master of maturation, Andrea Wilson, highlights fruit, spice, honey, and delicate oak. This full-bodied, small batch whiskey is 91.2 proof, and it costs $90 to $100 MSRP. Average shelf price, though. What do you think the average shelf price? This is kind of a hard-to-find bottle.
$100 MSRP. I'm going to say $350. But I really don't know the rarity of it.
Do you know?
I have no idea.
Well, it's $215, but $300. Now that's shelf.
I was gonna say $220.
Okay, shelf price. That means it's MSRP for 100. Stores mark it up to probably $215.
Yeah.
But you're probably right. Going on the secondary market,
That's what I was thinking.
this is easily $300, $350 bucks.
Yeah.
100%. So our review is gonna be based on doing some we're gonna look at the appearance. We're gonna look at the nose. We're going to talk palate. We're going to talk finish. And I did the appearance because that was on the website. Usually we don't do that.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean it's amber.
I can't confirm
Looks
it.
like booze.
Okay.
Yep, looks like bourbon.
There's 3 words. Amber's one of them.
Okay,
You
good.
guys have a guess of the other 2?
Caramel?
Bronze.
Ooh. Okay, you're getting closer with bronze.
I want to say copper.
Ooh,
But
that's
just-
a better
just
one. I like his
Throw
better.
Another metal.
God, iron. No, I'm
A
just kidding.
golden hue.
Golden.
Golden.
right.
There
Okay,
we
third
go.
word.
Give it to us.
What do we? It's dark. Dark golden amber is the color that they use.
Okay.
Brian would have gotten this. He's our resident
He,
bourbon
he
aficionado.
probably would have corrected them on it.
He probably would. Actually, this is more of a middle dark golden amber hue. Okay, so the next 3 again: nose, palate, and finish. So we're gonna have these guys are gonna do a little bit of swirl, give it a sniff, give it a taste, and then after they talk about what they're picking up, then I'm gonna tell you what their website says you're supposed to be getting. But it's very short. I'll be honest with you. The things that they gave us on their website, I even went and checked out some of the other reviews. It's pretty limited for some of the things that they're telling us we should be picking up on. So what are we getting from the nose?
I mean, every now and then websites give you a lot, and then sometimes it's just the basic stuff.
Mhm.
Like, oh, it's got caramel. You don't say.
Right. Sugar. Oh, yeah?
Vanilla.
Finish
you
is
don't say-
smooth.
So I can get the rye spice on the nose. So I can get that, and I did say caramel, and I will say caramel.
Mhm.
I'm picking up a little bit of like cherry on
Like
the
that.
nose.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I definitely get the cherry, and I definitely get a little bit of banana. And I'll tell you what they say. They say toasty with molasses and spice. So you did say that rye spice.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got
Yeah,
the
yeah.
rye spice.
Okay. So now we've all sampled it. What do we get on the initial palate. Anything that kind of sticks out flavor-wise?
I definitely do get the rye kind of finish on your tongue, that spicy.
Yep. And then the back too.
Yeah, something sweet, but again, it's bourbon.
Yeah. No, I think you're right on there with sweet though. You're supposed to be getting a little bit of honey.
Okay.
You're supposed to be getting some smooth spice, which is what you mentioned.
Yep.
And then also some dried fruit, which I bet is a mixture of cherries and things like that.
Yep.
The finish. What are your thoughts on the finish? Are we getting this? You said a little bit of spice.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's actually a pretty good warm, like for the proof too. 91.2. I think it's finishing hotter than that.
It does.
I don't know if I have like any kind of burn. It's very, very smooth, but it's definitely deep. Like I feel it deep in the throat, and like you said, I would say a little bit warm, but pleasant. Very, very pleasant.
Yeah, and for a lower proof one, I think that it's got much more warmth. It's sticking around longer than I expected.
And it kind of comes back where like when you first swallow, it just kind of goes away, and then that heat and that warmth kind of ramps up in the back of your throat, and then it just kind of stays there for a while. So it's a little bit of a roller coaster.
Yeah. Well, the finish, according to them, is smooth with delicate maturity.
All right.
Which you did say smooth.
Yeah,
it's
delicate. I like
smooth, and it does mature because it does kind of come back, and it sticks around for a little while, and then it goes away. And I mean, I guess so.
Yeah, I don't know if I've ever heard that kind of description, but the way that you just said it, like it slowly comes back. It develops. Yeah, it's good. Yeah.
All right, so now we get to give it a rating on our Luke Skywalker Nerd Takes rating scale. Kyle, since you are the guest, you get to go first. And you can give us a number, give us a character, and if you want to talk about why you gave us that rating, that's great too.
So I'm trying to consider price point and what I would be able to get it for, like thinking about that. But I would definitely put it in the 8.5 range. I think it's tasty, it's smooth, easy sipper. I don't think I need an ice cube or water or anything. It's great.
I don't think you need anything with it at all.
Yeah.
I think that it is a really good tasting sipper. So you're basically saying New Hope Luke.
Yeah, I think New Hope
Luke.
I like that. I like the half scales.
Episode 4.
Yeah, episode 4. All right, Lambert, you're up next.
Sorry, I wanted to add a little bit of water just to
Did it do anything to it with some water in it?
I'll tell you, I almost didn't want to drink because the finish was still going. Again, very impressive for a low proof, and I guess it's well made. And I'm gonna go. I'm usually pretty, but this is actually pretty good. This is a pretty tasty one. There's not a lot of like. Brian likes to talk about like the flaws, and there's not a lot of like there wasn't an ethanol burn on the nose. There wasn't any kind of burn on the finish. Like you don't need to mellow it out. Like it's not overpowering at all.
Yeah.
So from that, like you can tell it's well crafted. So I'm gonna go Stormtrooper Luke.
Oh, that's good. I thought it was going to be a little higher or a little lower than that.
No, I'm pretty conservative, but like this is actually, I mean, I'm talking myself into it. I guess it's a solid pour. There's not really any flaws that you can find anywhere with the nose or the flavor profile, or like you would think that low proof, the finish, it's going to go away. Nope, it's still going. Even with water, it's still going.
For a low proof one, I usually rate them a lot lower because as the listeners and the watchers and especially that I like the hot stuff, and that's where I
give me the heat.
Lean towards rating. Having said that, I'm going to go actually higher than I expected. I was leaning towards Hoth and maybe even just an Empire, but I'm gonna bump it up to a Dagobah.
Right.
Luke, 7 out of 10, which is a pretty good score for me. I
grade
pretty hard on these because I don't know why.
You're a stickler.
Well, I feel like I've been the nice guy, but I haven't done enough of these, I think, to really get critical.
Well, and I think we're talking about doing like a nerd take, going through all of our numbers, and I think that we did a lot of easy grading early on.
Sure.
And I think the last handful of them, I've been a much more like it's got to be something really special to get up to 8 and 9 range for me.
For sure.
I think I just go back. I don't need anything with it. It's great.
It's a good one. If you can get your hands on it, pick up this Shenks Sour Mash. Hold on. Shenks Homestead Distillery Sour Mash Whiskey.
2022.
Yeah. Check it out. All right.
Nerd takes.
Thanks for joining us.
That was good.
All right, Nerd Takes.
See you.
Bye.